UFC legend Francis Ngannou throws his elevator pitch out to the world and says a big fight isn't a big fight without the names Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou in it. Um, and he's talking about the UFC white card, White House card, white card. Okay. Yeah. So this is absolutely uh not real important. I don't think I think this could be looked over. Francis Ngannou has kind of really just fully burnt that bridge with Dana White, so I don't see this happening at all. It's worth a shot. I respect it because Ngannou has really burnt all these bridges and still has made an effort to to make it back to the promised land, as I would call it. I think Francis's move from the UFC to the PFL was awful, and he absolutely visibly regrets it. He doesn't want anything to do with the PFL. The PFL has tried to get him to their fights, and he does not want to go. He easily won the PFL heavyweight title, and he's tired of his career right now being on easy mode. He doesn't want to go back to boxing and get his butt whooped again because Francis is a guy who simply isn't a boxer. He likes the boxing money, but the boxing in general is real tough for him, and I agree. I think it is. And he wants to go back to the sweet spot, which is MMA, the fighting style he came into the game with. The fighting style that made him a big name in the fight game to begin with. He wants to come back to the family that he left long ago, and it's not going to happen. I think it's not going to happen, despite how much money could be made with Francis Ngannou making a return to the UFC. Francis did too much damage to that relationship with him and Dana White, between him and Dana White. Okay, it's not happening. I kind of would like to see it happen, but I do think there are some other big fights in the UFC that could be made that would be bigger than this. Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. Both fights are bigger than this. Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, even now, would be bigger than this, in my opinion. Okay? Again, might be a hot take. There might be some Francis Ngannou fans coming out of the woodworks to state some other things. I don't know. But right now, this just isn't that big. And despite Francis's best efforts to re-enter the UFC on such a claim, it's not happening. Okay? Francis kind of wasted his moment, and that's that. Let me know what you think.